Hey guys, I'm Stack Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and this is episode 2 of Dr. Aphra free-to-play Farming Rush. So, day 2 is just like day 1. It's a really important day because you really have to start your account off strong. You have to start yourself off with gotta put your best foot forward, gotta start off good, start off well. So, day 2 was a pretty eventful day. A lot of things happened. So, First off, I was able to just unlock Hera. I used some crystals for Cantina refreshes, but I was able to unlock her. And then using the Cantina credits I had from yesterday and the ones that I got today from doing and unlocking Hera, I had enough to unlock Chopper. So I had Hera and Chopper at the end of day 2, which is really good. Also, did my BTs, farmed them, did my 5 sims. And then, so the way that this is going to work is Phoenix is going to be my, early game team. But my, early game team is going to be Sortie and the droids. So, you're going to have Phoenix unlock Palpatine 7 stars, probably with just Gear 7 Phoenix. And then I will unlock Sortie and the droids and just use them as, my early game team till, pre-level 85, pretty much. So, another thing that happened day 2 was hit level 30, which means I got access to marquee events. And it just so happened, I just got really lucky, but it just so happened that Cal Kestis, not Survivor version, I don't know if Survivor version's out yet by the time you're watching this, but at the time I'm recording this, Survivor version isn't out yet. So this is just regular Cal Kestis. So I was able to get Cal Kestis for free, just for free. The marquee events are super great, especially for new players like me, and it really, it really helped for me to unlock Cal Kestis, get that boost that I need. He's great with unaligned Force users. He's not really gonna impact my farming guide in any way, shape, or form, really. It's just gonna be good to have him. And another thing that I got was the new player calendar. The new player calendar was huge because it gave me sim tickets and free XP. And especially as a new player, free XP is massive. It really is just helps so much because you need to progress levels. You got to get to level 40 as soon as possible to unlock Galactic War, and then that just allows you to unlock Zeb, which is the last part of the Phoenix. And he's just great to go with them. He helps the team, gives them the free protection through his unique ability, and he's just great all around in the early game, and he's also going to help me unlock Emperor Palpatine. And that's it for day 2. So day 3 is a pretty important day. Just going to stress this reminder. It's really important to make sure you do 3 squad arenas per day. Even though it has a 10-minute cooldown, whatever, just do something else. Take your dog for a walk. Do something. And then just make sure you get your 3 in per day. It does shorten. By the time when you're at level 85, it's just 1 per day. But just make sure you do it. 1, it helps you complete all your daily objectives so you get more XP, which as a new player is just so important. Getting to level 40, like I said, is just huge for new accounts. Also, by doing your squad arenas, you get squad arena currency, which you can then spend on Kanan shards. And Kanan is a member of the Phoenix, and he's really important. And I want to stress his importance to you because he gives you the counter chance through his unique and the health recovery on debuffs. Sorry, I just burped. On debuffs, which is just huge in Galactic War. Galactic War, you gotta do good on that so you can get your Zeb. So the Phoenix all builds off each other. Also, in day 3, I was able to finish Trip's farming node, but I didn't record any footage because it's just boring watching me beat up these dark side early nodes. It's just, I don't know, I thought it'd be boring to just watch me speed up a bunch of dark side node footage, so I just kind of got rid of it. But also, during day 3, I was able to unlock Ezra. I unlocked his node. Turns out he's early. He's too, early. He's, 2B in Cantina nodes, and it's easy to unlock him. And then that'd be 4 out of the 5 Phoenix characters that I have unlocked. Or 3 out of the 5. Well, because Kanan, you're starting to unlock it, yeah. 3 out of the 5, I'm sorry. 3 out of the 5, Phoenix characters unlocked. So with those 3 characters, that's just going to be the core of my Squad Arena team. And it's just really going to help you, or me, actually, helps me to climb up Squad Arena, get better rewards, which means more Kanan shards, which means climbing up more, and it's just great. Just everything works. So, also in day 3, did a lot of other stuff in day 3, did the daily objectives, do challenges, and another huge important thing I did was the node right after Ezra just happens to be Sana Staros. And Sana Staros is the 4th character needed for Dr. Aphra. So already, at day 3, I've unlocked all the nodes for all the Dr. Aphra requirements. And that is just huge for the account. So I stress that you do the same if you are going to follow this farming guide. Anyways, on to day 4. So day 4, I'm just going to be honest. I know I said day 1, 2, and 3 are super important, but day 4, almost nothing happened. I pretty much just tried to climb to Swordy's node on dark side battles, and I just couldn't beat Swordy's node. I just couldn't do it. I didn't want to invest too much gear into Hondo, because early on I wanted to invest all of my gear into Phoenix so that I could just unlock Palpatine through them. So I just didn't invest in Hondo enough. So wasn't able to complete that. But the main thing that I did do on day 4, and I suggest you do the same with any farming guide, is to use your refreshes and star up your attackers first. Because your attackers do more damage the higher star they are, and an attacker is supposed to do damage. So they are most important to get to that high star. So I used a couple of my Cantina refreshes and my crystals on unlocking Ezra and getting him as high up as possible. Also, during day 4, I was able to get just a little bit closer to level 40 and hoping to get him to level 40 by the end of the week. So day 5 was definitely a more eventful day than day 4. Day 4 was just not a good day. I also had shit to do on day 4 when I was recording, so I wasn't able to really record as much stuff and get that much stuff out and recorded, so I'm sorry. I have a life. I'm so sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not fucking sorry. But day 5, I tried to chip away at that Swordy mission, but I just couldn't do it. Only got 1 shard out of the potential 5 that I could have gotten, which really sucks because every single shard, especially in the free-to-play early week, really counts. So it sucked not being able to get all of it, but it is what it is. What are you going to do about it? So, also in day 5, I was able to finish getting my Hera and Chopper, both of them, to 3 stars. So I had Hera, Ezra, and Chopper at 3 stars. So I had 3/5 of the Phoenix. And also, on day 5, I also unlocked Kanan. So, the only Phoenix I was missing is Zeb. And the only thing that's really was holding me back from unlocking Zeb was just getting to player level 40. Getting to player level 40 is when you unlock Galactic War, and then once you unlock Galactic War, you pretty much just get Zeb. Zeb's probably the easiest one, besides Chopper, to unlock and get to the 7 stars that you're going to want. He's just really easy. So, Kanan was also pretty easy gear. Got him to gear 2, as well as Ezra, Chopper, and Hera. So I had a pretty good arena team that I was able to climb arena with, in turn getting me a bigger arena payout, which in turn gave me more Kanan shards. So that really helps as well. Also, I chipped away at getting Ezra to 4 stars, I think. Yeah, 4 stars. And always using my refreshes on him, because the higher star you get your attackers, the better they are. On to day 6. So day 6 was all day. It's a pretty good day. I was able to 3-star the Shorty mission. Finally, took 2 days, way longer than it should have, but finally was able to 3-star it and just be able to multi-sim it. Also, I 3-starred some just random light side missions, so I could get some gear, and using that gear, I was able to unlock Ezra to gear 3, as well as Hera, and I think Chopper I got to gear 3 too, which is just huge gears, really helpful for the Phoenix. And that's pretty much it for day 6. day 7 was a huge day. Marked 1 week of free-to-play account. Progress, I guess, of the Dr. Aphra Farming Rush. Also, I was able to get Hera and Ezra to blue gears, which is just huge upgrades. Also, I got Kanan to gear 3, and major thing, finally unlock Galactic War. Just a perfect way to end off the week. So day 7 was just huge. Galactic War was difficult. I'm going to be honest, Galactic War was tough. It was hard. I wasn't able to finish it the first time. I got to the last battle before just stalling out. And, like I do on every other day, did my trip battles, did my 5 sims for BT, and did my 5 sims for sortie, just making sure that as I'm building up my Phoenix, and basically when I'm done with Phoenix, I go into the droids, as I've said multiple times, but by starring them and get their shards as I'm upgrading the Phoenix, it's just gonna help make the pivot a lot easier. So, unlocking Galactic War means that also I was able to get the last piece of the Phoenix puzzle in Zeb. Now, Zeb is great. I mean, he's great with the Phoenix. I mean, their whole synergy, it works well. If you don't know how the Phoenix works, basically Hera's lead makes it so every other Phoenix's unique is, part of the lead. So, Zeb's unique is really important during Galactic War. I mean, I didn't have him for this one, but it's very important for Galactic War, future Galactic Wars, and just for the Phoenix in general. It gives them protection up, and it gives them some health recovery and some protection recovery. Zeb also brings stuns to the table, which at any point of the game, stuns are probably the best debuff in the game. I mean, you can make an argue for days, but stun is great too. And guess what? I just said days is a pretty good debuff. Guess who else has days? Zeb. Zeb has days too. So we just got the full debuff package. He also brings stagger, and he's just really good for helping to control the enemy team. For the Phoenix, it's basically the last piece of the puzzle that you need to have a really solid early game team. So, unlocking, or I guess, not really unlocking Zeb, but unlocking Galactic War to unlock Zeb is just huge for the account, or just any account in general. And no matter what, road you're going to, farm, no matter, say you're going for SLKR, say you're going for C, it really doesn't matter. You always really start with the Phoenix. So, I mean, you really have to start with the Phoenix. They're the best team to start with, 9 times out of 10. You can make an argument for Imperial Troopers, but I think that these guys are better because they help you to really understand the game as a beginner. Their mechanics aren't complicated, helps you to get used to the game. Ezra's my damage guy, Kanan's the tanky guy. You have Chopper, who can kind of be a tank, but he's more of a support. Then you got Hera, who is a support, and it's just great for beginners, I think, so. But enough about rambling, on to stuff that actually happened in Day 7. So Day 7, I also did just a bunch of just random light side missions and dark side missions that had gear, so I could gear up my Phoenix team, because as I was doing Galactic War, they're my main team, they were kind of getting whittled down, as you can see in the footage right now. They kind of were getting whittled down. They were in the yellow for some battles. I mean, they obviously won, but it's tough. Galactic War is pretty tough for a beginner without... You need a good team with health and protection. Oh, sorry, just burped again. Holy. Okay. But the Galactic War is based off your GP. So, as a newer player, try not to inflate your GP, because that makes your Galactic War opponents harder. So, I would recommend not inflating your GP, so, don't activate any characters unless you really need to. So, I unlocked Cal Kestis because I didn't want to inflate my GP. So, it's probably the smart move, but, it's annoying. It's I have Cal, but I'm not unlocking him because of Galactic War. But it is what it is. What are you going to do? It's better for the account, even though it really hurts my insides knowing that I don't have Cal. But on to the actual stuff again. Oh my god, I keep getting sidetracked. But anyway, Day 7 was a huge day. Another thing that I found out on Day 7 was that by doing journey events for like just any person, just doing journey events for any guy, you get 50 crystals per tier you unlock and finish. So I went ahead and I was like, wait a minute, I have most of the Phoenix. Why don't I just do the Emperor Palpatine event? So I did. I tried to get as far as I could in Emperor Palpatine event with the limited amount of time I have. Like, as I say multiple times, I have a life. I don't sit on this game playing my free-to-play account. I'm sorry. It's my second account. It's not even my first one. So, I was able to not unlock Emperor Palpatine, but I was able to get, I think, 75 shards. No, 50 shards for Emperor Palpatine, but that also gave me 100 crystals, which on top of the 100 crystals I got from the daily objectives, I was able to refresh twice for Cantina, which is just huge, huge, huge. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you later.